In the previous lesson, we learned the 6 trigonometric functions and how they are defined. In this lesson, we'll study trigonometric functions of the sum and difference of two angles and trigonometric equations. These concepts help us find the exact values of angles without using a calculator. Instead of memorizing every value, we'll understand a simple pattern behind these formulas. Let's begin with the sum and difference formulas. First, consider the sine function. The formula for sine of a plus b is sine a into cosine b plus cosine a into sine b. If the angle changes from plus to minus, the middle sign also changes. So sine of a minus b becomes sine a into cosine b minus cosine a into sine b. A simple trick is to remember that sine follows the sign of the angle. Now let's look at cosine. Cosine of a plus b is cosine a into cosine b minus sine a into sine b. For cosine of a minus b, the minus changes to plus. So cosine always does the opposite of the angle sign. Next comes the tangent formula. Tangent of a plus b is tangent a plus tangent b divided by 1 minus tangent a into tangent b. For tangent of a minus b, the numerator becomes tangent a minus tangent b, while the denominator becomes 1 plus tangent a into tangent b. Instead of memorizing long formulas, try to remember these simple sign patterns. Now let's solve an example. Find the exact value of sine 75 degrees. Since 75 is not a standard angle, write it as 45 degrees plus 30 degrees. Now apply the sine addition formula. We get sine 45 into cosine 30 plus cosine 45 into sine 30. Substituting the standard values gives root 2 upon 2 into root 3 upon 2 plus root 2 upon 2 into 1 upon 2. Simplifying the expression gives root 6 plus root 2 divided by 4. This is the exact value of sine 75 degrees. Notice how the addition formula helps us calculate values that are otherwise difficult to remember. Now let's understand trigonometric equations. A trigonometric equation is simply an equation containing one or more trigonometric functions. Our goal is to find the angle that satisfies the equation. For example, suppose sine theta equals 1 upon 2. Think about the standard angles where sine has this value. The answers are 30 degrees and 150 degrees. Therefore, within 0 to 360 degrees, these are the required solutions. Now consider cosine theta equals minus 1. Cosine becomes minus 1 only at 180 degrees. So theta equals 180 degrees. Actually. Finally, if tangent theta equals 1, tangent takes the value 1 at 45 degrees and repeats after every 180 degrees. Therefore, the general solution is theta equals 45 degrees plus 180 degrees into n, where n is any integer. Whenever you solve a trigonometric equation, always follow 3 simple steps. First, identify the trigonometric function. Second, find the corresponding standard angle. Third, identify the correct quadrant where the function is positive or negative. Following these steps makes even difficult questions much easier. To summarize, we learned the formulas for the sum and difference of two angles for sine, cosine, and tangent. We also saw how these formulas help us find exact values of non-standard angles and solve trigonometric equations logically.